Hello, everyone. I'm Erin. I'm from Go Font Yourself. You can find me on Instagram. So happy to be here with Zebra Pen and Michaels. They've set up some amazing classes for you. This one, we're going to be doing some customized wrapping paper. So this is kind of the final project that we're going to be creating. And as you can see, we've used some faux calligraphy up here. And then we're decorating the entire thing so we can give your friends and family a present that's just from you, and they'll know it as soon as they see it. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the faux calligraphy that I'm using up here. And we're going to focus on capital letters today, or majuscules. We did do another workshop prior and it focused on lowercase. So if you want to go check that out, you can do that. So for faux calligraphy, something that I really love about it is that you can do it with any type of tool. You can do faux calligraphy with a pencil, with a ballpoint pen, any kind of marker, and these ClickArt pens from Zebra Pen are absolutely perfect for it. So it's kind of a version of brush lettering, but you can do it without having a brush pen. So that's what I love about it. So I've created a worksheet for you that you can find online. And it has all of the capital letters. So that's what we're going to be working on first. So I'm going to kind of keep this over here. Before starting, I wanted to kind of go over the basics of brush lettering so you can get an idea of what we're looking to create. So there's very few basic strokes in brush lettering. And once you get those down, you can really do anything with a brush pen, and you can create all the faux calligraphy that your heart desires. So first stroke is an upstroke, and it's anytime your pen is going up. And I'm using the mild liner here, brush pen, to demonstrate. So when you're going up, you want a thin upstroke. So you're putting very little pressure on the pen. When you go down, you're going to put more pressure on the pen, which creates that thick line on the way down. So you have an upstroke, you have a downstroke. There's an overturn, which kind of combines those two strokes. So you go up thin, and then more pressure on the way down to make it thick. And kind of just the reverse here on an underturn, you're going to go thick on the way down and then light pressure on the way up. And then you have an ascender and a descender. So basically you're going thin on the way up, thick on the way down. And this one is the descender. We got thick on the way down and then thin on the way up. So these are the basic strokes. Oh, I forgot one. You can also do an oval. So you have the thick on the way down, thin on the way up, and they connect. So those are all your basic strokes that we're going to be mimicking with faux calligraphy. So I'm going to take a ClickArt pen and kind of demonstrate those exact same strokes, but how you can make them with any tip of a pen. This is just a bullet tip. So we're going to go thin upstroke. That's just regular pressure on your pen. For the downstroke, we're going to have one here. And then notice it's thick, right? So we're going to create that by doing an outline of it. And then you could fill that in, and it basically mimics the exact same strokes. So same here, we're going to go up and over. And then to create this, we're just going to add width to that downstroke there. Very similar for this one. I'm going to make that U shape. And then on the left side, it's thick because that's where we pressed our pen down. So we're going to make that like that. And we have the same kind of thing with the ascender. And the descender. And the oval is probably the trickiest one. And what I found is that you want to start creating your downstroke, the thick stroke, not right at the center of the top, but just a little bit over from the center. So you really get kind of an even downstroke on the left here. So these are the basic strokes that you're using in faux calligraphy to create every single letter that you're going to need. So we're going to start practicing with our capital letters here. So you can get this worksheet and print it out. I really love to use marker paper over the top of it. Canson has a great marker paper that you can use. And it helps because then you can basically just put it over this sheet. It's thin enough that you can see it underneath. And then you can just write on the marker paper so you can use this practice sheet over and over and over again. I'm not going to do that here. I'm just going to use kind of a side-by-side so that you can see what I'm going off of. So I'm just going to go in order here. We're going to start with an A, and I'm just going to give you a demonstration of a brush letter so that you can see what we're mimicking. So for the A, with a brush pen, I would go up and down, and then the crossbar. So you have this thick side on the right here. So what I will do with the ClickArt pen is create that same shape using just the bullet tip. So we're going to go up one side, down on the other. And then we want this side to be a thicker stroke. So we're just going to create that here. I'm going to have our crossbar. And then if you want, you can color this in so that you really can't tell the difference between the two, which is pretty cool. And it makes it, you know, a lot of brush pens aren't made for lots of different surfaces. So this makes it so that you can use different kinds of pens on different surfaces and still create that brush pen look, which is what I love. So we'll just go through the letters here. So we got a B downstroke. So we're going to make that thicker on that side. And then you want to make sure these interiors are a little bit thicker. And make that here. And I'll leave that one so you can see the space that we're creating. See? And I'd love to see your faux calligraphy. So if you want to post anything, use the hashtags that we put in the chat, and then we can see what you're doing with faux calligraphy. So there's that first line. So you can also use it directly on the worksheet and just follow along. Like that. Okay, so let's keep on going here. We got an F. So that's just one downstroke. So we're going to make that thick. And there's also lots of different styles, which I love. So you can really create any different style in faux calligraphy that you can with brush pen too. Oh yeah, I think Anne Marie's gonna try and find the lowercase link for you. We did that last time, and I think the worksheet is still available. So we're gonna keep going here. Next, we got I. Thick downstroke. J. And this has come in really handy for lots of different projects. I know for any people that do calligraphy in the wedding industry or any signs, this comes in really handy because a lot of the times your options, especially for like acrylic paint pens or a lot of the permanent markers, you're gonna only have a bullet tip option. There's not gonna be a bullet or a brush pen option. So this faux calligraphy really comes in handy because you can create it with any tool. I also really love these ClickArt pens because they write on almost anything and they are incredibly pigmented. Like, I don't know if it really comes through on the screen, but this red is such a bright red. I love that about these pens. And they last a really long time. So here's the M. And for the downstrokes, you can really add them on either side. Kind of do it just by eye based on which side looks like it has more room. Like here, I could either go inside this to create that thick downstroke, or I could go outside on this edge and it'll just change the look of it. But either way, it works. I tend to go inside just because that looks better to me for some reason. Okay, almost through. So we have a Q. And so here, see, I made this loop a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go on the outside to create the downstroke this time. S, T. And I really love these practice sheets because it's kind of just soothing to go along with the worksheet, even if you just are going over the lines that are already there. There's something very relaxing about doing calligraphy this way. Okay, and Y and Z, I'm gonna fit them on this page. Okay, so now we have a whole page full of capital letters in faux calligraphy. And this is great to use as a reference when you're doing all your custom wrapping paper, because you can use, if you want to write happy holidays or Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, there's lots of different options. And then combined with the lowercase, you have all the alphabet that you will need to write your message on your wrapping paper. Okay, so now let's get into the actual wrapping paper. So I'm going to keep this kind of over on the side here for reference. We're going to keep our ClickArt pens out because we're going to use those for this. And I'll show you the end product again. So this is kind of what I'm going for. So I love the little lights around the outside. You can see there's some on the sides too. We're not going to leave out the sides. But mainly we're going to focus on the area that's going to be on the top of the gift. So basically what I do when I do this is I measure out the wrapping paper so that it's going to fit exactly right. And then I want to mark out what's going to be actually on the top. And we're going to use the whole paper anyway, so it's not that important, but I just like to kind of mark out what is actually going to be in the main frame. So I've cut out my wrapping paper here. It's all set to go. And then I'm just going to kind of make little marks on the outside of where the front is going to be. So the front of my present is going to kind of be in between these dots. Okay, so you can kind of see this square here. So inside here is going to be the main frame of my present. That's going to be the top. So I want to focus my lettering right in the middle of the main part. And normally I would probably pencil this out, but it's really hard to see pencil on craft paper on screen. So I'm just gonna go for it here. You don't have to, you can obviously sketch it out first if you want. And I just kind of ghost right here so I know it's gonna fit. And I'm gonna match this one. So I'm gonna write Mary Mary on this little, okay. So I think I want it to go right about in the middle. So it would go about here. Just making sure it will fit on there. I think it will. So I'm just gonna go for it here. So we're gonna start with an M. So we got a thin upstroke. We'll make a thick downstroke. And I tend to make the thick downstrokes while I'm going with this one, just because I don't want the angles to be off. So there's that. Thin upstroke again. And we're gonna add a little bit of flourishing on this one. So we're going to go down like normal. And maybe normally I might end it there, but I want a little extra. So I'm going to do a little bit of a flourish here. I'm going to add some, and then we're going to add to this downstroke here. And the great thing about faux calligraphy is you don't really have to make it perfect here because you're going to color it in. So we're going to color this in. And I'm doing black here, but I'm actually going to do like a shadow of red. But I really wanted you to be able to see it on the screen. Okay. And then even in the flourish, you can see how this part, we kind of went down a little bit. So we're going to add a little bit of thickness on the way down there. And then same here, you're headed down here. So we're going to add a little bit onto that part too. Okay, so there's our start. So then we're gonna go and start on some lowercase here. So we got the E. And then this part is going to be thick. And to me, it looks like the outside is going to be a little bit better here. So I'm going to add that weight on the outside of the E. Just color that in. Okay. We have our R. And there's a little bit of a downstroke at the top right here. So I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to go on the inside of this one to add that downstroke. Another R. So same thing, we're going to add weight up here. And we're going to add it on the downstroke here. Then we have the Y. So we're going to add the weight on this downstroke and this one. And you don't have to make it like perfectly perpendicular here because you're going to color it in. So you can fix those little mistakes. So there's one. And then we're going to start the next one. I think I'm going to move it down a little bit. And we're going to do basically the same thing here. Fill in our downstrokes. And I did want to mention for the paper, it is really important that it's uncoated paper. So if you have any kind of seal on the paper, your pigment is not going to stick very well. So you want to make sure and pick up an uncoated version of wrapping paper. There's plenty around, and most of the craft paper that I've seen is uncoated. So same thing, we're going to add a little bit wherever our pen would normally be going down. And they're not going to be exactly the same, which is the great part about hand lettering. Your friends will definitely know that it came from you. And I really like this too because my family tends to keep the wrapping paper too. So then you'll end up getting another present with that wrapping paper a year later. Okay, so we got the Y here. Fill in those downstrokes. Okay. So there's our faux calligraphy portion for the present. I do want to make it a little bit more holiday since I only used black here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of a like a shadow. So for shadows, you want to kind of think of it as where is your light coming from? And then you're going to make shadows wherever the light wouldn't hit the lettering. So I'm thinking of it as over here. So if the light's over here, it's only going to hit on this side, on the left side of the letter. So the shadows would end up on the right side and on the bottoms if your light is on the top and on the left. So my shadows are going to be on the right and on the bottom. So you'll kind of see. So basically I'm going to start in each letter and I'm going to take the right hand side and create a little red shadow. Just a little line on the outside and underneath. And it just adds a little bit more of an element to it. Not necessary, but just kind of fun. So we're going to do that for each letter here. And you can see how bright these ClickArt markers are, even on the craft paper, which is hard to do. So see how that just kind of adds a little pop to it? Just an extra fun element, especially for the holidays. So we'll add that to this one as well. I would probably not, well, I might take a different color and do it if my, if I had done the main lettering in red, I might still do like an outline or a shadow in black or white, just to kind of add an extra element, but I probably wouldn't do it in red again. These are 0.6 millimeter bullet point. And I have the 12 color pack, so you can see the whole pack here. These are all the colors. We're going to use a lot more of these when we get to the next part. Okay, so we're just doing this and then the bottom here. So again, everywhere bottom right, that's where I'm adding the red elements. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So these are the 12 colors that are there now, but apparently they're launching 24 new colors in 2022. So I'm excited about that. Okay. So here's the faux calligraphy portion. So we got that done now. That's all set. I'm gonna actually move this for now. Okay, so now we have the main portion. So again, this is going to be basically the top of the present. So from here to here. So when I create my little lights, I want them mostly to be in this area and then some around the outside. So that's kind of what I'm going to be going for here. So I might actually try it with a pencil first and then do it, just to make sure that I get everything in the frame. So I'm going to kind of just do like a loop, lots of little winding loops. Don't be afraid to cross them over. It's all going to get filled in. Make sure that a lot of it is in the main portion so that you get lights in there. So there's no real plan here. I'm just kind of winging it. Okay. So that covers like a good portion of this page. And this part is going to be on the bottom. So I'm not too worried about like the actual sides there. But I want some to be on the sides of the present too. So that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and create that, but with my ClickArt pen. And I'm going to use black for the main portion, but you can really use any color for these. It's artistic freedom. That's what we love. So I'm going to kind of go in and follow this loosely. Doesn't need to be perfect at all. You want to make sure and get those tangles in there like are in real lights that we're putting up. I really love how these ClickArt pens work on craft paper. A lot of times on craft paper, it's hard to get pens or bullet tip pens to show up, especially in the real color that they are on white paper. So these pens make me really happy because they're very true to color and they work really well on most surfaces that I've tried them on. Okay. So now we have our base here. And we're going to start making our lights. So I'm going to use a variety of these colors. I think most of them I'm going to use. I like rainbow lights. So that's the look that we're going to go for here. Purple. Try the light blue too. Okay, so let's try those. Oh, and red. Okay, so these are going to be my lights colors. So I'm just going to start drawing little kind of bulbs on both sides of these lights. And I tend to make them kind of like oval. But you see how well that shows up? So easy to color in. I'm just going to rotate the colors throughout. And I like to go on both sides of this. So there might be one on the inside. They don't all have to be the same size and shape. They're going to be a little varied here. That's the beauty of handmade. I'm going to start coloring all over and kind of just like rotating the colors as I go. I also love the retractable part of this pen. I tend to end up leaving caps off and writing all over the place on things that I definitely didn't intend to write on. So these helped me a lot with that. And so as I go, I kind of just fill in with the black. You want to just kind of create like a little holder at the top, right? Where these would be hung. Just kind of adds a little extra element. And you could always just start off with these a lot bigger, so you don't have to make as many. You can do it smaller, whatever works for you. And even see some of these lighter colors, like the purple and the pink, they still show up so well, even on the craft paper, which is really impressive. So I think I'm going to start doing them one color at a time. So I'm just going to kind of fill in all the places that I want pink bulbs. Also, can we talk about how it's holiday season already? Because I feel like it crept up real quick here this year. And see how when it dries, it's really true to the pink. That's I don't know if I can express to you how impressive that is after trying so many different types of pens on so many different types of papers. Having a bullet tip pen show up true to color on craft paper, nearly impossible to find. So I'm just kind of randomly picking where I want these colors to go. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. And now I'm really excited for next year when I can use 24 colors on this. Or was it 22? I forget. Okay, so I think those are going to be my pink ones. So now I'm going to go back in. Let's do orange next. And I don't really worry if they overlap or overlap the lines. That's what would naturally happen anyway. Okay, I think that's good for orange. Let's see. I love these blues too. I really like the difference between these two, that there's two, and you can see them side by side right here. So I'm just trying to kind of space them out, make it look as rainbow as possible. Make sure I've used the colors about the same amount of times, but not counting, so. And I love this specific pattern because this would be a great like kids project too. If you do the lettering and then they can fill in all the little lights and blanks wherever they want. You could also do different patterns here. So I've seen like different kinds of leaves, florals. You could just do a pattern. Lots of different options for custom wrapping paper. Could make it their name. Let's do, okay, which one? Let's do green next. Fill that in. I love how it starts to look when you get all the colors put down. And you can start to see the picture here. Let's add some more color. Looks like it needs some more on this end. Okay, for the green, let's go. Oh, almost forgot to add more red. Definitely need more of that. Okay, so it's looking pretty filled in now. So I think I like it like this. So then I'm going to go back and I'm going to take anywhere I put a light and just add a little bit of an extra close to the line. So it kind of looks like it's connecting it. And these do not have to be perfect. I'm basically just scribbling a little bit underneath the light and to the line. Also, great thing about these pens, they dry super fast, or at least on craft paper they do. The paper makes an impact, but on this paper they dry super fast. So I can I'm not worried about where my hand is because I know it's not going to smudge anything. Okay, we got all these. Okay, maybe not super scribbly like that. But you can see how you really can't mess this part up. It's really just connecting the string to the light. But when from far away, you really can't see it too well. So I think it looks cute when it's kind of abstract. Okay. I think I got all of them. Yep, got all of them. Okay. So now they're all connected. Looks cute. So I'm going to take my eraser and erase some of the pencil lines from before. The other great thing about ClickArt pens, I don't have to worry about erasing over them because I know it's not going to smudge and I know it's not going to remove anything. You can see how well they hold up. I mean, there's no smudging at all. I'm kind of just taking out the obvious pencil lines here. Okay, got that. Take off all those eraser shavings. And we have our final product. So the other thing I might do at the end is kind of go in and fill in any blank spots. So like you can kind of see like over here, I kind of missed this spot. So I'm just going to take this and kind of fill it in again, because I know I'm going to fold it here and this side's going to kind of be missing a little bit. So I'm going to go back and fill that in a little. Put a couple lights over here. That one, this one. And then to give it a little extra pop, if you want at the end, you can go in and kind of fill in like these areas here. Sometimes I just like to make like little dots, little triangles of dots. And it kind of just gives it a little extra pop. Do it in a couple different places. You can make like some larger circles with it. I just like to fill up the page with color, so maybe that's what it is. So I just kind of randomly pick places, distribute the color a little bit. And there we go. So you would just take this, wrap your present, and you've got some awesome custom wrapping paper. No one will have anything like it, and everyone will be able to tell which presents are yours. So I super appreciate you joining me for this workshop, and make sure and tag us and use the hashtags that we set up so we can see what you want to do with this. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. Super appreciate it. And you can download the worksheets online too. Thank you so much, everyone.